Hello, my air signs. I hope you're all doing well. And let's get started with your reading, guys. Spirit, any messages for air signs? On my Gemini, Libra, Aquariuses, please. Any messages for air signs, please, Spirit? You have Justice, the Hierophant, the Queen of Cups, well, what the hell is this? Sorry, guys. Any messages for my air signs, please? Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. You have the Eight of Cups, the Knight of Wands, the Two of Wands, the Devil in reverse. Give me one more for air signs, please, Spirit. You have the Six of Cups. Okay. Okay. Also, you have the Nine of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. You know, here's the thing. I'm going to be honest. Some of you may be ready to do right by somebody, or somebody is ready to do right by you. I gotta be honest. There's kind of this final decision here with the Justice, the Hierophant, and the Queen of Cups. It's almost giving the energy of somebody wanting to do the right thing. Maybe some of you are getting married. You want to get married. Maybe you're finally ready to commit. There's love here because you have the Queen of Cups here. Some of you are ready to do the right thing here. I feel it. There's a decision. Maybe you're getting married. Maybe you finally feel like you're in love. Okay. Another thing that I'm getting is justice can be like karma, and it can be like the final decision here. Some of you may be walking away. You've turned your back from something that you wanted to be dedicated to. Or maybe you are walking away from some sort of marriage or from some sort of commitment here. And you're making that decision to do it. There is a lot of love here, though, with the Queen of Cups. Okay? But ultimately, with the Justice card and the Eight of Cups being on the outside, I feel like this is somebody who may be making a decision to walk away from something. Now, I do feel like there is somebody that is hindered by their past. They have a hard time letting things go. They're very toxic. They could have alcohol problems, drug problems. Maybe they're very sexual, very obsessive. And this may be something that has stemmed from childhood with the Six of Cups here. Now, I feel like this is somebody that has a hard time walking away from very toxic behavior. They have a hard time letting something go. They have a hard time detaching from something. Especially it's from their past. I feel like there is somebody that is fighting their demons and they're having a hard time with it. Because this person is very impulsive. Very impulsive. Knight of Wands, Two of Wands. They're very impulsive. They're pulled different ways. They don't really know which way to go. And I feel like they're operated by this devil energy. Okay? This person has potential to work in their light energy because you have the Queen of Cups here. But they're ruled by this devil energy and they have a hard time letting it go. You know, here's the thing. Somebody's toxic ways could have ruined a marriage or some sort of commitment. And I feel like somebody constantly feels pulled back to their old ways. They have a hard time letting it go. And like I said, this could be something that has stemmed from childhood for some of you. This may be somebody who has a problem. I don't know. They could just be very egotistical, very aggressive. Okay? At the bottom of the deck, you have the Nine of Pentacles, Five of Swords, and Two of Cups. So this is somebody that goes back and forth here. If this is a relationship, it's either you or another person. This is somebody that goes back and forth between being single or wanting to be in a relationship. And this is somebody that plays a lot of games. I'm going to be honest. They play a lot of games. This could be somebody who runs back to an ex or to their past. They may have children with somebody from their past. Maybe you have children with this person. There's a need to walk away from something, and I'm going to tell you why. You or this person could also be in a situation where they constantly feel triggered. They are led by impulsiveness. They let their impulsive thoughts, impulsive actions win every time. Okay? They go wherever this devil in the reverse takes them. I'm sorry, I gotta be honest. They have old ways that they're not necessarily ready to let go of. Very toxic. Hell, this could even be a toxic situation between you and somebody else. There's love here, there's commitment here, but there's also a need to kind of make a decision and walk away from this. Because like I said, this could be a situation. This really could just be a karmic situation where you're constantly triggered by the other person, okay? There's either some sort of marriage or some sort of spiritual contract here. Could be dealing with a Libra, Taurus, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Pisces, Sagittarius, Leo, Aries, Capricorn, Scorpio. I don't know. I also feel like somebody has a hard time moving on from their past. They're obsessed with their past. They can't let it go. I don't know. Maybe someone feels like they've already had the best of the best and they can't find better. I'm going to be honest. It's like somebody wants to be in love and they want to commit to something, but they can't let go of their past. They can't let go of their toxic tendencies. And because of this, somebody is forced to make the decision to walk away. I'm going to be honest. This person, they have a hard time changing. They have a hard time letting things go. Very interesting here. This person needs to heal. I'm going to be honest. They have a hard time healing. They're still obsessing over something. They're led by being impulsive. Okay? Here's the thing. I'm just going to pull these cards. You have the King of Pentacles, and these are all from the front of the deck. So these would be the cards that would come after all these cards that I pulled. So I have the King of Pentacles, the Page of Wands, the Queen of Wands, the Page of Swords, and the Nine of Swords. This may have to do with something with stability or support because you have this King of Pentacles. This person acts like they're very stable. They're very invested. They want to have some sort of, here's the thing. There could be a third party in the mix. I'm going to be very honest. This person may like attention. They give boss daddy vibes. They're very flashy, is what I'm getting. They're very flashy. They may like to swoon people. This person may have a sex addiction that you were unaware of. Or I don't know. This person may have a sugar daddy or a sugar mama, or there's somebody else in the mix. This person, they do things for pay. They kind of get strange for some loose change. I'm going to be honest because this is what it's giving, unbeknown to you. They may like people that, in fact, that blow up their ego. This person is very attractive to somebody. I don't know if this is you or somebody else is in the mix. They have third parties. They string people along, is what I'm getting. But they're very sexually attractive. They're very flingy. Here's the thing. This may be a friends with benefits type situation. Okay? Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. More fire sign. Gemini here. Aquarius. Libra. I don't know. This person lives in resentment. I feel like this person does things and then they instantly regret it later on. I feel like this is also the energy of somebody is going to come back a better person when somebody has already walked away and they're over it. Because I feel like it's going to take for somebody to walk away and pull back their energy for somebody to realize what they've done. And it may take for somebody to walk away, pull back their energy, and find someone better than them. I'm going to be honest. They have a hard time letting something go. Maybe this is an ex-lover that has a hard time letting you go. I don't know. Because it's like they seen something here with you. That's so crazy to me. Air signs. Okay. Spirit, clarify the Hierophant. What is the Hierophant? You have the Chariot. Clarify the Hierophant, Spirit. Clarify. What is the Hierophant? The Fool. Clarify the Hierophant. The Page of Swords. That is so weird. Here's the thing. This person may have acted like they wanted to marry you or they wanted to be with you, and then they got cold feet. They got cold feet. Maybe they pulled back their energy. I don't know. Because they were invested with the Chariot to the Fool. They were moving. And then they pulled back their feet. Maybe there was talks of this. I don't know. Of getting married, being together. But this person is always on guard. They're always on edge. They come in committed and then they're on edge. I don't know. They've either pulled back, got cold feet, or they're just very on edge about it. This person may use sex to get what they want in a situation. I'm going to be honest. They play a lot of games. Maybe you two make up and break up, and every time they come back around, they get more and more invested in it. They take it more serious. I don't know. Someone just has a hard time letting go of their toxic ways. Spirit, clarify the Devil in reverse. What is the Devil? Okay. The Five of Pentacles. Clarify the Devil in reverse. The Five of Swords. Well, you could be seeing 5-5 a lot. Or the number 5 a lot. What is the Devil in reverse? The Magician. The thing of it is, this person plays a lot of games, and I feel like it drains them, or it leaves them drained. And it could be, it has something to do with money. Okay. There's a lot of sabotage here. Whatever this Devil in reverse is, it causes a lot of stagnancy in their life. It may even affect them on a financial level. If this person has any form of addictions, I feel like all their money could go towards this addiction. It causes them stagnancy. It causes them to lose out financially. It is a burden in their life, and it may even cause problems. It causes them to sabotage. Maybe this person has a sex addiction. I don't know. Maybe they have prostitutes. They're into that type of stuff. And it's always an energy that's lingering in them and around them. They're very ego-based. Maybe they have a hard time letting go of their ego. They play a lot of games. It causes them a lot of stagnancy. It causes them a lot of loss. That is so weird to me. There's a need for this person to be honest with themselves. I feel like here's the thing. You're dealing with somebody that has gone through a lot in their own turmoil. But there's a need to be honest. There's a need to be clear about something here. I don't know. They have a hard time letting this go. Or they need to make a decision to let something go. I don't know. By the time they make this decision, somebody's already walked away here. I'm going to be honest. Air signs. I don't know. Here's the thing. Maybe somebody can't get over their past. Maybe somebody is still hung up on an ex. They may release an ex, whether this is you or them. But it's going to be very impulsively. And I feel like it's going to be when something has caught this person's attention. Whether this is you or them. But they're still having a hard time releasing this. They can't move on. I don't know. If this person has children or you have children, I hope that you would get better for the sake of your kids. I'm going to be honest. Spirit, any tea messages for air signs? You have grudge holder. Any tea messages for air signs, please? Air sign spirit. Threatening. Any tea messages for air signs, please? Tea messages for air signs. Caught a case. Ooh. Any tea messages for air signs and too busy winning. I'm telling you, this person has a drug addiction, a sex addiction, something. This person could have an STD. Maybe they've passed an STD down to you. Maybe this person sleeps around, or somebody could be pregnant. Maybe they got somebody else pregnant. I do not know. Somebody wallows in their own devil energy. They have a hard time letting this go. This person, they're holding a grudge. And I get that because they have a hard time releasing something. I don't know. This person could sleep around. Maybe this person is codependent. They could sleep around with multiple people. Here's the thing. I feel like this person, I'm going to be honest. Maybe somebody feels like they're not on the same level as somebody else. Or they like preoccupy themselves of thinking that they're doing better when they're not. I don't know. You may hear that this person has an STD of some kind. I also feel like this is somebody that might know some information about somebody. I don't know. And they're threatened by this. They may be afraid that you're going to expose them in some type of way. You have rejected, wants you back, and dodging bullets. You know, if you made the decision to walk away from this person, you dodged a bullet. At the bottom of the deck, you also have kissing ass. You know, you dodged a bullet. I feel like this person is down bad. They dabble in their devil energy too much. This person, they need to heal, they need to change, and I just want to say they're not really doing it. They're having a hard time doing it. They're still stuck on something, and they're very immature. This person, I'm telling you, they sleep around, they hold grudges, they have a hard time moving on. They may go to the next best thing. I'm going to be honest. That's what they do. They go to the next best thing. They want you back, and they think this person knows that you're going to reject them, or you already have, and you dodged a bullet doing this. They could have cheated on you and caught something. But this person is very impulsive. They need to make a decision. They have a hard time letting something go. And I feel like there's the final decision to kind of just walk away from this. I'm going to be very honest, okay? This is what I have for you, my air signs, and I hope that you enjoy the reading.